Hey guys, so finally I got my hands on the Vivo V70 phone which the Vivo recently launched, and I had to get my hands on because this was getting very popular amongst the photographers and the other content creators. Why? Because Vivo partnered up with Zeiss lenses and they have really done something great with this phone, and hence I had to check it out as a photographer what this phone holds for us in the market. So to start off with, Zeiss and Vivo partnered up together and came up with this mighty beast, that too in the mid-range segment, which people are calling it a iPhone killer or a flagship killer. That's what I probably heard, but this, I'm gonna be putting up my reviews, my honest reviews, because I did not buy this and Vivo did not send me this phone as well. I got it from one of my friend who had this, so just to get my hands on and provide my view over what this phone holds for us. The Vivo V70 comes with an inbuilt AI feature, and that of course it's stated on the box itself, and the phone has 350 MP cameras. That too, the two are the main cameras and one in the front. The third one is an ultra wide camera, which is an 8 MP camera, which technically sounds not too right in 2026 to be put in a phone like this. The moment I took it out from the box, it felt really premium. The color that I have over here is the passion red color that they have, and this is pretty sleek phone. I mean, it feels good to hold in the hand, and also it's kind of very comfortable form factor, not too big but the right size that you want to use on a daily basis. So I mean, that's pretty commendable. And the bezel sizes for a mid-range is pretty less. If you see, it is as invisible as you can imagine. So I've had this phone for about 2 days, and I had actually gone out on a shoot and I was testing out the cameras, especially the portrait mode, because one thing that Vivo did with Zeiss over here is that they had given, instead of the multiplier values of your zoom, they're giving the actual value of the lens, that is a 23 mm lens or a 35 mm lens or a 50 mm lens or an 85 mm lens or a 100 mm lens equivalent zoom ranges that you have. The main camera, let's talk about the camera first. The main camera is a 50 MP camera, which is of course taken from Sony. The other one is a 3x optical zoom, which is again a 50 MP camera, and it can go up till 100x digital zoom. So that was kind of really amazing that I saw over here a telephoto lens that is a 50 MP, it is high resolution. The ultra wide was 8 MP, as I said. So one thing that really sets this phone apart is the AI feature of it. You get a lot of filters from different periods of spaces and regions and seasons and creativity level. So you have this really oil blend mode that you have, then there is a firework mode, then there is a cyberpunk mode, city mode, and there is animation, there's winter, and of course when it comes to seasons and regions, you have the snowy picture, the snow mode, the desert mode. I mean, they have really filled this phone up with really cool AI filters. So I thought I'll give you a little gist of what I was trying to say about the AI features. So when you turn the AI features on from here, and this is a pretty boring elevator, so let me take a photo over here. Yeah, and now it's gonna change the way this elevator looks and everything looks. And now if you see, I've technically missed my sunset, but nevertheless I have this V70 right now, and the best part about this is the AI feature that it comes with. So if I go into the camera and I go into this AI feature mode, you will get these scenes that you can create with it. I'll go into this scene mode, and as you can see, the scenes, there is evening glow, clear sky, the morning glow. So I'm gonna try and take the evening glow effect, and right over there is the skyline, which is pretty amazing. But I want to take sun on that side. Like if I wish I'd come on a sunrise and I've taken the photo over there. So what I'll do is I'll select the evening glow over there and take a picture, and then you can see the photo is getting processed over here, and in about time you will see the result, what it has turned this photo into. So now it's complete processing. So wow, can you see sun anywhere? But it has become clouds. It has given us that golden hour look, And damn it, man, that is something really cool happening with the Zeiss collaboration with Vivo. Now let's take another photo, but that too not on the wide angle, but yeah, I'm gonna focus, use the 85 millimeter as that what it says, and try to capture the same. But this time what I'll do is I'll go into the morning glow. Let's see what kind of glow it can give me. So I'm using my, wait, there, right there, 85 millimeter, and bam, now it's gonna process. In the meantime, let's check out other filters. What are there? There's this clear sky, there is twilight. What does twilight do? And of the same thing, that's nice. Then there is a snow town. So let's see what this snow town does. For this, I'll rather take a picture of this area, and that too on a wide angle, which will give me a better feel probably over here. This is something really cool. Let's see what it does. All right, so that's getting processed. Now there is another mode, the desert mode. We live in a desert place already, but let's see what it does. There's the picture, then there is island. Let's see, of the same area, let's see what it can create. There again, there is spring, but for springs I do not have any trees over here. But yeah, there are trees. So for that, I'm gonna zoom in and try to capture this one. Perfect. So all in all, let's see if our phone has processed the images. All right, so one is done. The best part about this phone is go into this Zeiss optics, and then you get all these bokeh options that Zeiss has put by themselves. This is Cineflare, and my favorite, what I found, was the cinematic one. So here I'll increase it to 2.8, and what it does, it gives you a pretty wider field of view. I'll turn it on to 23, and this will give me a really cinematic look to it. And using the rule of thirds, I'll place my subject on the right, and then yeah, the bridge is on the right, and let's see. Wow, that is a crazy wide angle. So after using this phone for almost 2-3 days, not 2-3 days, one day, I think I can play around with this phone as much as anyone would love to. In my opinion, my first impression is like this phone is kind of a little fun to use because of its AI features. So who should buy this phone would be who doesn't want to get into the hassle of editing photos, taking that into RAW, and who wants social media ready photos so that they can just click and upload it. I think that's the main motto of this phone, goes around in what Zeiss and Vivo has done with it. So yeah, and you can see the results, what all photos I have clicked, and they are technically Insta ready or any other social media ready. So when you are in portrait, something that really comes up here is the styles that they have put along with whatever the Zeiss color profiles are. So you can get a black and white over here. That's black and white. That's the textured one. So if you have like a scenic beauty over there you can do. This one is Vivo's vivid profile. This one is the Zeiss, their own personal style. Then you have all these classic ones that you can see. There is positive film, there is clear blue, there's natural, then there is butterfly. So all these effects gets applied after shooting portraits. Right now I don't have a person, so I don't think so what butterfly effects is gonna put. But yeah, once I go for a shoot, I am definitely gonna try these out. And so testing these out, there is festival, there is crisp, then something that you can technically use this profile over here. This is like a French impress. Then there is a natural blue, but okay. Then there is neutral, there is crisp, there's vintage, there is gray, and wedding style as well, which of course you can use it for your wedding photos. I mean, I'm impressed that they have a separate wedding section over here. And then there is a beach portrait. So these are all the different color sciences that they have put into this phone, and that is like very impressive. Like you have ready to go stuff straight from the phone to social media. So talking about the video mode, it has got from 720p to 4K 30 fps and 60 fps options both available. But here, if you are doing 4K 60, you cannot go at 0.6. That is something which I think, is missing in this phone. Technically, I'm going to talk about the caveats of this phone as well at the end. But yeah, these are something, you can get in your 1080p, and that to 30 fps only. So that is something which, we should probably come up with in another software update. But talking about the video, I've turned on the standard stabilization. There is one ultra stabilization, but that zooms in, and it turns to 1080p. Again, it kind of switched to my 4K to 1080p. That is something strange, and that to 30 fps. But yeah, this is some of the gimmicks that I found. And then if I record, and so this is the video that I'm taking right now. It's pretty much, kind of low light here, and I think the phone is handling the videos very nice. I mean, the highlights are preserved, the shadows are, again, they're not too dark. It's kind of handling all the things pretty nicely. There is the lights, you can see, it's kind of handling the highlights and the lights pretty nicely. So I think video wise it's pretty decent enough. And then I have 1x and 2x that I can do in this video. The next clip that you're gonna see is the video and audio from this phone. Hi guys, so right now I am recording from the Vivo V70, and you already have a lot of traffic noise from behind. I don't know how the mics are doing it, because this is my first time recording it from the phone. And you can see my background, if it's handling my face nicely, or if it's kind of, overpowering. The lights are overpowering because I cannot see the screen. I'm recording it from the main camera, that is the rear camera. I'll also record a video from the front camera, and also the audio is coming straight out of the phone mic. So do tell me in the comment section how the phone is performing. So yeah, for a videography purpose, if anyone wants to make a vlog, I don't know how it's gonna sound, but that I can only tell once I go back to the studio. So right now I'm recording it from the main camera, the front main camera, which is a 50MP camera. And surprisingly, in the front camera you can go into 0.8 mode, but not in the rear camera. I mean, why would you do this? Or maybe you wanted to make this a more into the vlogging side, so that, in the front camera you capture everything. Right now I'm recording it from the phone's mic itself, and it's in 0.08. Let me turn to 1 and then 2, so you can see some noise. I can see some noise on the screen itself. And going back to 0.08, which is decent, like it's covering a lot of space behind me and kind of handling the, the video is coming pretty bright. I am surprised as to how come it is doing. There's a flash option as well. I don't know if I turn this on, and yes, there is something happening. Let me turn it off. So yeah, it's kind of doing its job in terms of recording it nicely in the nighttime. It's 7 o'clock in the evening, so it's pretty dim, and the phone is doing pretty nice. So I think it's kind of good for anyone who wants to vlog. And how's the audio sound, guys? You need to tell me, because I cannot hear it right now. I can only give my views once I go back to my studio and see the clips by myself. Alright, so now we're back at my studio, and while I was going through the videos that I recorded from the phone, and you've already seen that as well, you let me know what are your thoughts about the audio and the video. But what I found is that the rear camera, you can only use the 4K 60 from the main camera itself. And if you have to shift to the ultra wide lens, then you need to turn down your quality to 1080p and 30 fps. You cannot do that in 4K 60, which is something I found to be missing in this phone. That is for sure can be improved via software update, and we should look into it. The other thing which I found was the voice. The audio was crisp and clear, even though there was a lot of traffic noise behind me, and it has picked up my voice very clearly and tried to kind of minimize the background noise, and so that my voice is clear. Also, there is one thing that I found was stabilization on this camera is not at par to the flagship level, but yes, it can do the job for you. For this price, you're getting a really good phone when it comes to video recording. Coming to the front camera, yes, there is an option of 0.8, but it is not exactly 0.8, the ultra wide. So all in all, I found the video quality to be nice. It was handling the highlights and the shadows pretty nicely. Even though it was kind of dark, it handled the lights behind me and also lit up my face. The exposure was quite decent and can be used for your daily vlogging necessities. One thing I really liked about this phone was when you are in your selfie mode, you have this feature called teleprompter that you can only have to choose once you are in 4K 30, but you cannot use it in 4K 60. That is something that you need to work. Vivo can work on and provide that. And this is something really cool when you're trying to record videos. You have the teleprompter right in your camera app and not a third-party app that you have to use. So that is one thing I like about this phone, and Vivo did a pretty great job in doing so. So yeah, that was my first impression and a little detail about the phone. So you tell me, what do you guys think about the phone and the features that I've shown you here? I'm going to be doing a little detailed photo shoot from this phone in my next video. So do subscribe and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.